Hi there, my name is Client Gideon and you're welcome to installing and configuring Windows Deployment Services. If you want to install operating system on one or two computers, it's fairly efficient to walk up to that machine with your installation media and install that operating system. But if you want to install that operating system on multiple computers, it can be 20 computers, 30 computers, 50 computers. We don't want to use our time as system administrators going to every individual computer in the organization and install that operating system manually. So one of the features we have in Windows Server 2019 is Windows Deployment Services, or WDS for short. And in this video, we'll be looking at how to install, configure, and add images to Windows Deployment Services. Alright, let's start. You're welcome back. Now that you've finished installing and configuring your WDS server, let's add images to our WDS server. So open it up and expand your server. Click on boot image. Right click and add boot image. Browse to your location. Where are we going to pick our boot image? You know what? Before you can get a boot image or install image to add to Windows Deployment Server, you need to get an ISO file of your operating system. Let's say you are having Windows 7 operating system. On the source folder of your Windows 7 operating system, you are going to see the boot image and the install image. Okay, so right now I'm having a Windows 7 ISO downloaded from the official Microsoft website. Okay, and let's see where it's located. Just cancel this. On my desktop I have Windows 7 image or ISO downloaded from officialmicrosoft.com, and right now I'm going to mount it. So I'm just going to right click and click mount, and it's mounted. On the source folder there is an install.wim file and boot.wim file. So if you click on this search bar over here and type .wim, it's going to search and we are going to see the boot.wim and the install.wim. These are the files that we are going to add to Windows Deployment Server. Let's close this for now. Okay, alright, open up your WDS server. Click on boot image, right click and click add boot image. Navigate to your mounted Windows 7 ISO on your computer. Go to the source folder, and now you are going to see the boot.wim and the install.wim. This is a boot image, so we are going to pick the boot.wim and click open, and click next, and let's give it a name, Windows 7 setup, and click next. Click next to add the boot image to your Windows Deployment Server. Click finish. So this is the boot image added to our Windows Deployment server. We have the architecture, okay, 86 status online. This is the size of it. Now let's add install image. Our ISO is Windows 7, or the operating system I'm using is Windows 7. So let's create a group for Windows 7. because we have different edition of Windows 7. We have Windows 7 Professional, Ultimate, Starter, Home Premium, and the rest. So let's create a group for Windows 7. Okay, right click on install image and click add image group. Just give it a name, Windows 7 group, and click OK. So this is our group over here. Let's add another group, Windows 8. Okay, so now let's add the install image. Okay, right click on it and click add install image. Select a group. What group do you want to add this image to? Windows 7 group. Select it. Click next. Browse to where your install .wim file is. Okay, on the mounted Windows 7 ISO on the source folder. Select it and click open. Click next, and you see we have so many editions in that Windows 7. We have Starter, Home Premium. What I'm going to do is right now I'm going to uncheck Starter, I'm going to uncheck Home Premium, I'm going to uncheck Home Basics and leave Professional and Ultimate. Just click next. So the summary is we have Windows 7 Professional and Windows 7 Ultimate. Okay, click next to add your install image to your Windows deployment server. We are going to wait a minute for it to add because it's going to take small time. Okay, click finish and we are done with it. Now we've added a boot image and we've added an install image in our Windows 7 group. Okay, but in our Windows 8 group we've not added any install image. Alright, on your Windows deployment server, its property, on the PXE response, I want you to check respond to all client computers known and unknown. Required administrator approval for known and unknown computers. Okay, click OK. And on the property again, on the boot tab, I want you to check continue the PXE boot unless the user press the escape key for known clients or for known computers in your domain. And for unknown computers in your domain, select the same way, continue the PXE boot unless the user press the escape key and click apply. Click OK. Alright, now we are good to go. Refresh your server. watch this out. If you click on your pending device, right now we are not having anything over here. Okay, so let's test whether our Windows deployment server is working correctly. So let's say I'm using VMware over here. VMware, okay, I'm using VMware Workstation Professional. So I want to create a computer and test it out. So on my home tab, click create a new virtual machine. Next, and let me do this fast. Alright, so let's say I'm having a computer, Windows 7 computer. Okay, I want to install Windows 7 operating system on it. That's why I've named it Windows 7. Okay, so right now this is my server, and this is my Windows 7 computer. Let's power on this Windows 7 computer and see something. It will go to the WDS server. Okay, so our Windows 7 computer that we created is going to go to the WDS server. It's going to search for DHCP and get an IP address. So it was, see something, let me restart this machine and explain it out. Power on. See, it's going to go to DHCP in your domain and take an IP address. So this is the IP address it took, 192.168.1.11 from this DHCP server. Okay, and this is the default gateway for the server. And see something, the details below shows the information relating to the PXE-boot request for this computer. Please provide these details to your Windows deployment services administrator so that this request can be approved. Okay, pending request, message from administrator, contacting server. You know what, if you go to our Windows deployment server and we refresh our server, if we expand it out and click on pending device, we are going to see a pending device over here. And this pending device is this Windows 7 computer requesting to boot from the WDS server. So what I will do is I'll just go to this pending device, right click and click name and approved. I can rename this operating system, or I can rename this computer. Okay, and I can create a default organizational unit or OU for it and a lot. So I'm not going to take you through that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to approve this computer over here and see something. Let's get back to our Windows. See something, it's going to load to find images from our Windows deployment server. So now see something, loading file. What file is this operating system loading? The boot.wim file. Okay, so let's see what will happen.